Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinex.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. Earlier today, you were trending. Well done. How are you? How are you, Dr. Abati?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Where did you go? Where did he go? He's thinking about what he said on the show. Good morning, Ayo. Yes,
how you doing? You look lovely.
I'll debrief him after the show today. Good morning, Rufai. How are you? Moda. It's right. Mo Wakpa. Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. On Monday, the police killed 3 unidentified gunmen that attacked the Imo State office of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Owerri. The men bombed part of the building with explosives, destroying several vehicles and killed 1 policeman. The governor of the state, Hope Uzodinma, expressed disappointment over the attack. He blamed the attack on politicians who, according to him, do not want elections to hold in the state.
What is happening in Imo State is political drive. Some people who think that they can win elections, yes, they don't want elections. How will they then win? INEC does not need this distraction at this point and stage of our elections. INEC should be supported by all and sundry. Contrary to that, we now see people creating distractions here and there, attacking innocent people. Why INEC? That is the big question. And if we now put 1 and 2 together, we're collecting that some people have threatened that Imo State will be ungovernable and there will be no elections in Imo State. That is their attempt to achieve their purpose. And I think police is prepared, security agencies are ready, and there will be elections for the nation.
Well, Hope Uzodinma's comment is coming after the Independent National Electoral Commission on Monday accused some politicians of buying up permanent voter cards and financially inducing voters to harvest their voter identification numbers. The commission also said that 2 persons have been recently convicted for illegal possession of PVCs in Sokoto and Kano states. The disclosure is coming after the commission commenced the distribution of permanent voter cards in all 774 local government areas across the country. The commission had fixed Monday, December 12, 2022 to January 22, 2023 as the dates for collection of PVCs. The Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was among prospective voters who received their PVCs on Monday. Well, Sanwo-Olu was among the lucky prospective voters that received their PVCs on Monday. In the Ikorodu local government area of Lagos State, the commission is said to have postponed the collection exercise for 2 weeks, as seen in a video now making the rounds on social media. Let's take a look.
From January to now, you're telling me I should come back next week. Is there anybody that is based here? Why won't I record it? Excuse me. Imo State. Why won't I record it? Why won't I record it? No, why won't I record it? Why? Why will you harass me? January to now. January to now. Why? Why? Excuse me, sir. Why? You cannot. You cannot.
Dr. Vati, this situation in Ikorodu is quite unfortunate. Voters queued up for hours only to be told to come back in 2 weeks, and we waited this long to collect our PVCs, and this is happening. I mean, INEC needs to come out and talk about this actual situation in Ikorodu. Ikorodu is what we're hearing now. We're yet to see other local government areas across the country.
Well, the point to make here is that you cannot be more correct. Because INEC before now told us that they were ready. Even the PVCs that were stolen in Abeokuta South, in Osun, in Ede South, and other parts of the country, the INEC chairman said, look, don't worry, once you have your VIN, we'll get it ready for you in 2 days, and you can collect your PVCs. So it's most unfortunate, indeed scandalous, to see that despite all those affirmations of good faith, INEC is unable to make the PVCs available. And this particular, a report from Ikorodu is something that the Independent National Electoral Commission must address.
Yes.
What exactly happened? The people would like to know, because, especially in Lagos State, there are persons who have been saying that in certain parts of Lagos, some people are being deliberately denied access to their PVCs. And they think that it's an attempt to manipulate the process. INEC should not be part of any conspiracy or any attempt to compromise the integrity of the same electoral process that it sworn to defend and facilitate. That's point number one. Number two, in one of the stories you put up there, I'm surprised that the governor of Lagos State is just collecting his PVCs. Okay, what happened? He didn't have a PVC and he became governor in 2019? Or did this PVC disappear? Or did he change his polling booth? Because, a lot of people have raised questions. Why is he just collecting his PVC? It's the same PVC I've always had, that I'm still carrying around. And it is not damaged. So is it that the one he had before got damaged?
It could be, Dr.
I hope it is not the case that they are giving him a second PVC. Because what we're told is that what the regime we are operating is one man, one vote. And it's the same rule for poor people and also for persons who get lucky and get into the corridors of government. So people have raised questions about this on social media. So I'm just expressing the concerns of people. Why is it that the man who won an election in Lagos State in 2019 is just getting a PVC? I think that that's an assignment for Gbenga Motosho, who speaks for Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The third issue that you raise has to be, the attack on INEC office in Imo State. I think this is most unfortunate. The fact that persons were arrested, persons were, killed in the crossfire that occurred, the bigger issue is that why are these attacks occurring? There was the report of another attack in Kaduna.
Yes.
How many days to the election? Could it be the case that some people are fifth columnists who want to mess up this electoral process? Where are the security agencies? We have had reports now from Imo State, 3 times in Imo State, Ebonyi State, Osun State, Ogun State, Kaduna State. So if there is national security, okay, who are these people? What is their job? Why can't they anticipate some of these things and just make this electoral process safe for everybody and to protect our right to vote and be voted for, the right of franchise? So this, in my view, are some of the issues raised by the issues you've thrown up.
Absolutely. Ayo, there was another story I took there where INEC was accusing politicians of buying permanent voter cards. They've actually convicted 2 people, one in Sokoto, one in Kano State. Isn't this quite the story here?
Yes, in the words of Doctor, let me just say this is scandalous. Obviously scandalous, because there are too many reports like this that is making people build a lack of trust for INEC and the process that's leading to 2023 and the elections themselves. What we want to see are not just the people who are buying the cards, who are being used. Let us know the names and the faces behind these people that are being prosecuted. That's what we want to see. We want to see big names. That's what Nigerians are hungry for. Make an example of these politicians you're accusing so that we can believe statements like yours and not just say, oh, there are people behind this. It's politically motivated. Let us see the names. Let us have the faces. And most importantly, let there be prosecutions.
Absolutely. Well said.
So, 3 things. Number 1, INEC is not doing well at ensuring that people are confident in the process. Yeah. At the same time, I understand INEC's dilemma. INEC has complained about a calculated attempt, to blight its name, that it's not ready to do this election process. I think we should put our confidence in INEC, but INEC too should help us understand that they are ready for this. If you give an ultimatum or you gave a window to collect PVCs, and people are not getting their PVCs, and you have to extend for another 2 weeks. 2 weeks is going to be the end of December. So is it January people are going to collecting PVCs for elections that will happen on the 25th of February?
This is unfair.
And that's why people were raising concerns the other time that can we have a mode where people can vote without PVCs, but INEC said the law says you must vote with PVC. But INEC would do the very best. And also INEC must work hard on their technological processes. We spoke, and the security process too, we spoke to somebody in charge of security at INEC, and he said work is being done, the investigation is being carried out as regards, what even happened, administrative investigation. Could there be a level of connivance? You see, the easiest way people rig election and politicians is through ad hoc staff. And very soon, INEC will start getting ad hoc staff in. Most of these ad hoc staffs are bribed. Can we ensure scrutiny in the process that even produces the ad hoc staff in the first place? Because when they've looked and say, okay, BVAS is not working, other modes are not working, then they will infiltrate ad hoc staffs and put them in. Does INEC have a mechanism to be able to, securitize that process? These attacks are politically motivated. It's obvious. And please, I beg young people, do not allow politicians to use you to fight their own wars. Because the young Nigerians that died in that attack, that were used by politicians to perpetrate such a crime, had their future ahead of them too. But look at them, they are gone down in their prime because a state and a system like Nigeria has failed them, and politicians are now using their own commonwealth to make them participate in crime and do all sorts of things like this. The question you should ask any politician that wants to use you is that can they go and use their own children to carry guns for them, to throw Molotov cocktails for them? If any politician cannot use their own children to perpetrate bad acts, young people, do not allow them use you, and we must say no to crime. Kudos to the Nigerian police force in Imo State for rebuffing that attack.
Yes.
The police officers were gallant, they fought, they were true patriots, they're true heroes, you celebrate them. Concerning Governor Sanwo-Olu, it's a reprinted card. He said he changed his location to around the Surah location, so they had to reprint his PVC. So, but I just wish we have a country where a lot of Nigerians will be smiling to collect their PVC effortlessly, just like Governor Sanwo-Olu could collect his. We must have a country that truly works and that is fair for all and is balanced across board. That's how we can truly build this country. What I'm concerned about is the future of this country. The country is on its knees as we speak, and that's why 2023 is not a joke. It should be a time we should introspect. Young people, please don't allow politicians to use you. If they pay you money to go and perpetrate crime, ask them, can they send this same message as sending you their own children? If they cannot send their own children, the message they can't send their own children, don't let them send you. And God will bless us and bless this great country called Nigeria.
Well said, Rufai. We'll take another story. The international news agency Reuters has again published another report on the Nigerian army, this time accusing them of killing children fathered by insurgents. According to the report, the directive was issued because the children were assumed to be collaborating with militants in Boko Haram or its Islamic State offshoot, or said to have inherited the tainted blood of insurgent fathers. The international news agency also reported that more than 40 soldiers and civilians interviewed for the investigation said that they witnessed officers of the Nigerian military kill children or saw children's corpses after a military operation. Well, the federal government, through its Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says any allegation against the Nigerian army without evidence is dangerous. The minister made the comment while reacting to Reuters' investigation on alleged forced abortion for Boko Haram victims, which accused the Nigerian military of conducting a secret abortion program in the country's northeast, ending at least 10,000 pregnancies among victims of insurgency. Lai Mohammed said the report is a strategy to set the world against Nigeria and to cut off the support that is critical to crushing terrorists. The minister also queried the basis for the investigation at a time the military is recording successes, decimating the terrorists and rescuing abducted persons. Again, the federal government have dismissed the Reuters claim through its Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed. If you recall earlier this week, Lucky Rabor also dismissed the Reuters claim. But this investigation that I read earlier about the killing of children is quite alarming. Reuters also in their report said that they cannot identify or fully verify how many children had been massacred in that report. It is important that the federal government, instead of dismissing this claim, again, carry out their investigation. Ayo.
Thank you very much, Oji. And like you mentioned, reading the report again was chilling. Was chilling for any human being. However, I have to say that the Nigerian government, we said this earlier this week, cannot call a claim false without their own investigations. Let's not pretend that infanticide has not been used in wars in previous times. And that is killing of children, as some people believe that when you kill the children of terrorists or the younger ones, it's a sort of cleansing. The eve of the Rwandan genocide, a radio station had announced, let's kill, in order to kill, it's not enough to kill the big rats, we must kill the little rats as well, which was telling the people to kill the younger Tutsis. In the Holocaust, it was also used as a weapon. So it happens. It's not something that doesn't happen. What we're investigating here is, following the Reuters expose, is this true of the Nigerian army? It's not enough to, the first thing is to, to act defensive, maybe that defense, and that they're there to defend, but it's important to protect the rights of people in Nigeria and investigate your internal, did this happen? Demonstrate, you're asking for evidence from Reuters. Nigerians are also asking for evidence from the army as to what you have done to investigate this process, to see that we do not have a situation on our hands. It is not strange. We have heard it in the past that in some areas in the northeast and the military, there's the sense of thought that because there's a sense that children of terrorists could potentially become terrorists in the future. So we need to cleanse. So it's very important that this is thoroughly investigated and Nigerians know the truth.
Yeah, Dr. Abati, in one of the reports, a woman who was interviewed said that her 2-month-old baby was strangled to death by a soldier. I mean, this is quite alarming. Okay, 2 things. First, you brought up the issue of abortion. Under the Criminal Code of Nigeria, I think Section 232, thereabouts, abortion is illegal. People who commit abortion, they are entitled to 7 years imprisonment. The Penal Code of Nigeria in Section 238, thereabouts, also says that abortion is legal. The only difference between the Criminal Code and the Penal Code is that if you commit abortion under the Penal Code, you can only do so if the life of the mother is at risk. In other words, Nigeria has one of the most restrictive laws on abortion in the world. What does this now mean? So, if you are now saying that the Nigerian military has been committing abortion, forcing women to go through abortion because the pregnancy is from terrorists, that's illegal. We cannot afford to have a Nigerian army that breaks the law. Although one of the major challenges in this country is that, state institutions routinely break the law. And when government breaks the law, what you have is a kind of anarchy and numbnessness that we have in the environment. So that's why I agree with you that the Chief of Defense Staff, General Irabo, it's not enough for him to say, no, the claim is so absurd that I won't even look at it. No, he has to do the investigation because it looks like the international media is insistent on that abortion case. The second other issue that you brought up is that, children have been killed, massacred because they were fathered by terrorists and insurgents or bandits. Well, in Africa, the whole of Africa, there are no illegitimate children. So whether your father is a bandit or an armed robber or a crook, nobody is illegitimate. The right to life is sacrosanct under the laws in every part of Africa. So nobody has the right, whether it's the military or any other person, to kill anybody. In fact, you don't have a right to say this person is a bastard. No, there's no such thing in Africa. Everybody is legitimate. So it's a question of human rights that we're dealing with here. And I don't think it's something that can just be brushed aside, in that manner. All right, Rufai, we only have 2 minutes if you can make a comment so I can take this last.
Take the last story.
Sure. All right. We'll end what's trending today with this video of a man confronting some vehicle inspection officers for driving without wearing their seatbelts. In the video, the man threatened to arrest the men for breaking traffic rules. Let's take a look.
For not using seatbelt. But this is a VIS vehicle who is not using seatbelt. So I'm going down. You can see this vehicle. Sorry, excuse me. Why are you driving without seatbelt? Why are you driving without seatbelt? You will arrest Nigerians for driving without seatbelt. But you yourself, you can see them. I just want you to know that it's sweet when you are breaking the law because you feel like you are above the law. Operation without seatbelts. Where is the operation on this road? Where is the operation on this road? You are the ones spoiling this country. Later you will say it's Buhari. You will say it's Buhari. Is it Buhari that is this problem? Ordinary small position that they gave you now, you have neglected the law of safety. Seatbelt is not for road safety or VIO will arrest you. It's for your personal safety. And it's an offense. I'm supposed to arrest you. I'm supposed to seize this car.
I thought this was such a funny video,
Yes.
Rufai.
Well, like
the guy
that,
said it very well. Everything you blame Buhari, but you're the one.
You are the one.
Problems.
And there's something called citizens arrest.
Yeah.
And people should be able to call out officials like that.
Yeah.
Because these are the same people that are quick to indict you, that are quick to say all sorts about you. They are the quickest ones to do videos and release videos. But now, who will arrest the lawbreaker here called the VIO?
Yeah.
They are the quickest ones to claim other people broke the law. But who will arrest them now? And we cannot have a country where those that are supposed to uphold the law have become the lawbreakers. So please, I want the vehicle inspection of officials or the head of the vehicle inspection office to be able to look into those cases, identify those officers, and release a report showing that they have been going through disciplinary action or reorientation. Their faces are out there because we can't have a country this way. Real quickly, I think this matter is deeper than what a lot of people look at it.
Which
you can't have
matter
the infanticide matter. You can't have a country where the military kills children.
Yes.
And the military should not just dismiss it, because I think when the story first broke, the United Nations has said, investigate. The Nigerian government needs to investigate, because this is a slap on our face as Nigerians. We must investigate. We cannot. And please, whoever has the notion that a child born innocently in the world, albeit his father might be a Boko Haram member, will automatically be a terrorist, you must be deluded to have that mindset.
Yeah.
Because children, when they come to the world, they come in as a blank slate that are innocent. And the child, whoever they might be, can be filled with a lot of love and can defend the cause of this country. So please do not kill any child for any reason. And they need to investigate. They've put up a report. I saw a report on the television station about them going to the hospital at first, and they're saying nothing like that happened as a rebuttal. But they must investigate.
Well said, Rufai. Well, thank you all for your great analysis, as always. What were you going
Thank you very much, Ojyeka.
All right.
About the citizen trying to arrest a uniformed person. It's a matter of law. Section 39 of the Nigerian Police Act says you can do citizen arrest
that's
if you see somebody breaking the law. And the fact that you wear a uniform does not give you the right to break the law.
Well said, you guys.
Thank you very much, Ojyeka. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Abati. Well, that's all I have for you on what's trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.